Hello, and welcome. This is Joy with the Jewel Design, and I believe it is Sunday evening. Woohoo! Oh, goodness. Okay, so last time we talked, it was Thursday, and we were working on panels, and I don't know what else. We've been doing so much, and I'm working so far ahead that I sort of forget what I've been up to, but I realized I had taken a couple of days off in my reality, and I needed to get back to this before I lost any momentum. So we are working still on the Waterfall Roses in Paris black and white themed journal. We are 6 pieces of paper, 24 panels, decorative fronts, writable left side backs, pockets and fabric flips and all kinds of goodies. I did go off camera and make sure I inked and glued down everything I felt we could glue down that I felt we were going to either work on top of or not do anything, right? So I knew we were going to put a box here, we were going to put something here. Something's going here, so I haven't laid it down yet. This one, it's writable. Anything I was going to work on, I didn't glue down, but if we weren't going to work on it, and I didn't think I was going to work on it, or we were going to add on top, of course, I glued it down. So I had a few less things to work on. I even got the pages for the middle of the journal, very naked journal, all done. There are roses and the black fuzz, so you have back to back. And a little bit I have a doily in the middle here just for fun, because I said, why not? And also I'll do a little inking, and that will be definitely, right here in the middle signature. This by itself is super cute, but it is going to be, tucked in, and away we went to the back. Hopefully you watched it yesterday or caught it yesterday. This is a cute little hidden pocket piece, great to put into one of our pockets, and it is just a cute little sleeve band and a card, and when you open it up, you have this writing space. You can sit here and write in it, and then you can hide it, and this was definitely inspired by Brenda Lindstead. She's a great little journaler. She's been a huge supporter, and in my back pocket over the years. And so I saw it, and I thought she just had the cutest thing. So I had to make one to go in one of our pockets. Of course, I put all kinds of stuff on the belly band / sleeve that goes around it. Found some black and white paper I had elsewhere and just made that cute little pocket. But all the shapes and sizes and stuff are in her video. So go look at her, Brenda Lundstead. I will put her down below just so you can click on her channel. She has some great little mask making, quick, easy, fun things to use and do what you have within your stash. So I did a little short on that, I think, yesterday. So you have to go look for that too in my files. But that was cute. So I have my first little piece of ephemera ready to go in one of these pockets. So I was stoked about that. So today, what we're going to work on is, I think, panel number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And we're on the inside. It is a full interactive flip ordeal that we're going for. I even tried to thin out those pages. Oh my gosh. It is so funny how the back lays so flat and the front puffs out. I went in and even try to score it, press down on our corners. But every time you put another one in there, it puffs up. And I was just like, oh, okay. I had to do some rearranging on the back. We did a lot of hemming and hawing and trying to figure out what was going where. And in the end, I still had to make changes because there was things that didn't pan out the way I wanted to. I was like, oh, man. So today we are working on this one. And this page we were taking out one of our extras. We were going to, I have some felt closures here because we're going to probably use the Velcro closures here to keep our little envelope down and in place. But this one, with all its paper clips everywhere, oh my goodness. All right, so we're using a Vellum somewhat clear envelope, and you're gonna have to forgive the constant barking dogs. They're out. I don't know if their owners are home today, and we have new people moving in across the way, and so they bark at everything, so please forgive that. So anyway, we have this Vellum somewhat transparent clear envelope. I want to keep to a point some of this aspect, but she is going to get tucked in to the page, right? We're going to make sure she's somewhat here where she's going to get centered on the paper, and then we're going to have our lovely lady here on the front, nicely matted with that clear. I'm going to keep that clear. As you see, I already started inking the sides with a gray, not the black. So we're going to leave that nice lightness to it and go here with it. Leaves as place to do all kinds of stuff up here, whether I leave it empty for you to write on or whether we decorate it, don't know yet. And then on the inside, This is where I might add a little black because it is the inside and needs to be reinforced. We do have our pocket, but I'm going to take this extra strip that we had and we're going to put it here. Now what I have to decide is whether or not I want to, I don't think I'm being wide enough. I'm going to have to probably make a sheet wide enough. But I am having to decide whether or not we want to sort of keep, we, do this and do this, which that black will not show up on the other side, but it will help reinforce this part of the flap where maybe it's not so flimsy and we don't bend it every time we move it. Now even having it somewhat, even like this and having it offshoot is sort of pretty. And it does make it fit just right up along our line right here. So maybe we'll do that. We won't do a full mat all the way around. And up here on the top, I will have to figure out whether to go off the page. We have it here, so I'm wondering if we're going to want to cut it short here so it has the same top and bottom. And we'll do it to where it lines up with the proper flaps and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll use a black cardstock and we will, sort of keep everything matted and not, give us the same feel that we've had over here. So when you do open it, it just keeps the concept going. But nice and open here, so we can put a tag. I have some tags that probably fit perfect in here. I'm so sorry, my stomach is growling. I'm hungry. I've been up for quite a few hours. This is actually Sunday morning for me when you guys are seeing this in the evening. And I've been up since 5. I could not sleep last night. It wasn't one of my better nights. I don't normally have a problem, but everything just seemed to be off, and we got really cold all of a sudden with rain this weekend, and throwing us off. We were getting warm, and now we're cold again. So, okay, well, we're sort of here, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I don't want to lose it. You know how I feel about that. So what I think we're gonna do here, let's see if we can do this. So how is everyone? I hope you're all doing really, really well. Now we are going to work on the envelope to a point first before we tag it down, because it's going to be a lot easier to work with. If we are not trying to, of course, glue it, in place when it's attached to the page, we could ruin everything, get everything all messed up if we're not careful. So we're going to do this. Let's see. Hope you're all doing really well. We had a wonderful week. Oh, every week that goes by, it's so crazy. Yeah. We're counting down, in our school days, and we're counting down till our trip. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. 2 of us are going on a Europe trip, and I just can't believe it's around the corner. I have so much to do to prep for that. So keep that in mind if you do follow me here and you do follow the shop. We will be closed for 2 weeks. The moment I am on the plane and flying home, I will definitely turn the shop back on for everybody. But we're going to take a 2-week, break there. It does move a little bit. And we're going to, go on vacation mode, which everything will be stocked ready to go. You'll have to about just shy of mid-June to order things. And I will try to get everything I can out before I leave. But then, if by some thin chance an order gets through, it may not be done until, you know what? I think I'm just going to cut it across the top. I know it changes the look, but now it's glued down. I wasn't really paying attention. So I'm like, whoops. It's like boo-boo there, right? Now, I don't know if this is going to be enough. And I don't know. Let's see if the glitter glue will work. I know, I sort of glued it down. There we go. I'm like, we know down here there's glue. We need glue. All the way up. So yeah, we are, I'm about 41 days away from our trip. And so, I think by June 13th is the last day you can take it and you could place an order, and I will scramble for you and get that, of course, placed and out the door, because we have to be out on the 15th or 16th, and so yeah, there's a lot going on, but I will keep you posted. And of course, if you follow us here, please make sure you go to the shop, favorite it, like it, make sure so you can get notifications, and on the top section underneath our header, there will be an announcement. And we'll keep in mind that, keep reminding you guys that we can only take orders up to a certain date, and then you'll have to wait till the 1st of July. We get back on the 29th or 30th. So, like I said, I won't open up the shop until I actually, know I'm heading home. Because it's, you're overseas, you're in a different town, and you're in a different country, and you want to make sure you're heading home before you, do anything. So we will definitely keep you guys appraised of that. But All right, so I'm liking that. I know we're seeing that, but the joy of this part is that we're not going to. We're going to cover it pretty well with the other piece of paper. So I'm not too worried about this. But it's cold, so I'm going to definitely want to warm up, making sure it's going to stay. Now, I don't know if I want to do, like I always do, my thumb notch. Because, you know, but if I do it, I end up cutting into my flower or something. I don't think so. For once, I don't think I'm going to put something in there. Yeah, Sprite. Now, there was the other thing. Where did it go? Did I not have? Oh no, did I lose it? Thought I had for this one you guys see it, gotta let me know, right? I had these guys. I had one of these, a tab. It was a rose tab, and I thought I wanted it for this. Maybe it's on one of the other ones. I put a tab on one of these. I know I put a tab attached to one of them because I definitely wanted us to, you know, have that. I got another fabric. That's not a fabric flip, but we have something going on up there. That's a bag. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, we have an envelope that's going actually the opposite way on this one. We have a white envelope and a flip out. Oh, so it was on this one, so you could actually just open it up. From the top, you could sort of pull it up. Okay. So with that in mind, all right. I'm going, didn't I have? Doesn't mean I can't then. So I could put this one if I felt it's going to help us. Becky need to be tucked in there. Help us undo the Velcro part, which that's the other thing we got to keep in mind. This is what happens when I'm not paying attention. I want to make sure I don't forget about certain things. Okay. Oh, layer. So anyway, yeah, we have the Europe trip coming up, and so that's just, so exciting. We are looking forward to that, but first we gotta just get through the school year. Jeez. Almost there. But yeah, cold weather out of nowhere. That really hasn't been a lot of fun. We went from 75 degrees to 57 degrees, which in our area, I know we had some people, some subbies of my mom's, I don't know if she watches me, but was, you know, expecting snow this weekend. We were even told that our mountain range above 4,000 feet was going to get snow. So whatever was coming through, which dropped us from, you know, 75 to 57 degrees, and it's still very cold this morning because when this rain stops, it gets cold. It wouldn't surprise me if they definitely, Sierra Nevadas and Tahoe area and Reno and God knows where else, got rain. Got snow. So, which is good. We still need snow. That's what keeps our reservoirs full, so that we an underground reservoir is full. So, gosh forbid if we have fire season, we use the waters. We pull the waters from the reservoirs to pull out the fires, and then we don't have it for where we need it. So, slight problem. So, I am thinking that this needs to be here to help us open and close things. I just don't know whether we want to be pulling it right where the Velcro is. And that actually fits really nicely there. So we probably very likely will be putting it there. Okay, we're darn close. So yeah, we'll tab that on once we're done, since everything has sort of a, what's the word? A lip of matting. So let's just do it. So anyway, yeah, so we got a little cold. And I've been outside in the garage, and I'm just like, my little heater just cannot work fast enough or hard enough. I'm like, oh no. Ordered an AC unit though. A standalone one that's coming. Oh, because I don't know, it's cold right now and it's great, but for how long before, we get warm? We did have a few days, not 80s, or not quite 80s, but, we're wondering, how warm it's going to get, and the garage got a little warm, I opened the door or whatever, but, so we got new shelving units, so I'll do that. I'll do a studio organization video for you guys this week and show you how things have progressed since, mid-January when we did the first one and all that fun. It's definitely shifted a lot. Added new shelving units because we had to order bigger, allotments of bags and shipping items. And, so it's growing, guys. It's growing. It's pretty cool. All right, whoops. Let's get our little bit of black in here. Now, because we sort of cut that off, we want to get some, but I won't do more than just the paper right there. I'm not going to go down anywhere else. Okay, so we have this covered. So you guys can write here, and we're going to put journal cards and or tags in here. So it becomes a pocket, which is great. And now we have the outside. So So I figure out where I want to cut it to keep us in pretty decent, you know, border again. Of course, I don't know if there's a good way to do this, but we're going to eyeball it, I guess. I guess we're just going to eyeball it. And then I can sort of center it when I'm done. You know how that goes. Oh, but everything's fine. So I was going to use this to try to cut some stuff, and I realized that my die cuts are too small for this project. Like, they weren't tall enough, or I thought, oh, it'd be perfect for the black matting. And it might be helpful in some of the other projects. I don't know. I think everything's pretty big. I don't know if any of my projects are small enough to even, you know, worry about that. So hope you're all doing really well. I hope if it was cold and wet, it wasn't too bad. It was quick and brisk, or at least beautiful. But here we are in May, and some of us are, you know, still seeing very odd weather. But it did that to us sort of last year, too. I mean, at least this year we didn't hit 90s. I think last year, even with all the rain, we still had like a mid-80 day. And we're like, at the end of April, and we're like, what's this? But then, you know, we didn't get as much snow this year. I know that much because we just didn't get as much rain. But, I mean, last year, some of our ski lodges were open till like mid-July. Like, they had snow for quite some time. If I got to a point where we're going, okay, it's too slushy, it's not really safe, so, you know, we're going to close down. But they were able to stay open for quite some time last year. It was quite amazing. So, I don't think we got as much this year. I don't know. It doesn't feel like we got as much rain this year. It rained, but I don't think we got as much. But it definitely wasn't cold, which is great. We weren't freezing, and we had very little frost warnings this year. So, anyway, I thought that's all I ever do is talk about weather. I don't know why. Maybe it's my existence. I don't know. But I did get an AC unit, so I'm prepared for the warmer weather. So, we'll see how that goes. I mean, trying to heat up a garage is sort of odd when you have, you know, I mean, yes, it's covered, but they put up sheetrock on the walls to cover at least the open stuff on the walls. But, I mean, I still have the open beams, and the sun hits the roof, you know, roof line at all hours of the day. So we are definitely never really without the sun. I have it hitting one side of the garage or another. So it's, you know, pretty crazy. So give me 1 second, guys. Hold on one moment. Okay, sorry. Not that you would know, but I heard one of my kids up, and I was like, wait, I'm going to make breakfast in a little bit. It's, you know, like I said, it's early, but not early. I want to make sure they were going to wake up before I made waffles or anything. So I thought, well, I'll get on it, hit, and do it. And do this. Now, before I get any farther, I realized I wanted to put lace on things, but I think, ooh, cut that really short. Okay, so that may be helpful. You can sort of see the black behind it, but not really. It's a nice measure. I'm wondering if we need to put some lace on this. I definitely thought about, let me see, because of the writing on this one, if we centered it, and there's one of two ways. We can put lace on this end, maybe I don't know, the top or underneath. This is pretty thin, so we might be able to get away with putting this lace or the tiny lace. Oh, maybe the tiny lace. I have a thought. I wanted to do two things. I wanted to put maybe lace across the top and bottom of the page, right? Because we just have writing here. But have some felt. I'm just trying to see like what kind of embellishments we want to do on this. Could put the black, which then sort of deletes the purpose of me having that cream, whatever. But we do have to put felt here. We do have to put, not felt, I mean Velcro here. Vellum, Velcro, and felt. Ooh, that's a lot. This could go underneath it all once I got in the right spot. I don't know. I know that has to go there. I know we have this pretty piece of felt ribbon. That could be, but it feels really harsh. Like it feels really, you know, I don't feel I want it to go very harsh, I guess. So maybe this lighter one would be better. Let's see. Gimme. We could go light on just this part where, you know, we have it. I may have to glue this in place, but anyway, we'd have that there. We have this here. Right, a little something, which is always pretty when you have that and you see it on the other side. I do like seeing that there. So we have that there, potentially, right? Stay. And then I have this one, which is sort of like a bigger version. We could tuck it underneath, and it'd be on the paper. So just a couple scallops there, a couple scallops on the bottom. right? And it would stick out a little bit. This is a very flat book, so you would stand it upright. So I could do that underneath to where, yeah, when you opened it, you would see them and, you know, little lace, little lace. We're going to have a Velcro piece right here, I know, which is a sort of a bummer, but this will give her some oomph, right? But we have to think about that before we put all this last bit down. I want to make sure we don't have anything off. If I really wanted to, I guess this is where I could put the felt. I could do like a little something on or off it. And I want to put that felt somewhere, but I have a feeling it's going to need the perfect spot, right? Okay, I think that'll be fine. We can do that separate. Want to make sure, you know, before we go along. Alright, so let's get the tab in. Yeah, put anything upside down. Wouldn't that be bad? Let's get this tab in place. Trying to make too long of a video for you tonight, but I'm glad you're crafting along with me. As like I said, we would try to get to more specific projects and very decorate and do up panels so that we weren't just randomly doing stuff, you know, during the day. Thinking we need this near wherever we're putting, you know, of course, everything else. I was going to put that up higher, wasn't it? Yeah, really on the edge, which I don't think it's going to work because I think we don't have enough grasp there, and I'm going to I'll have to bring it down. Which is why we're doing it now, so I can hide what I need to hide with the lace and the... Oh, the dogs are going to drive me insane. I don't blame them. It's not their fault. They're adorable. I love them. They're super sweet. They're a boxer and a golden, but... And it's the boxer that barks. It's so funny. The golden is like super friendly and crazy when it's off-centered, and I'm okay with that. Sort of lines up with a rose. The boxer is, you know, super mild-mannered and sweet, but except when they're in the backyard, and then she wants to bark all the time. Sort of a bummer, but you know, she wants to bark at everything because she's trying to protect. And the golden will chime in, but she's more excitable like when she's out front and she wants to like hang out with you. She wants to come hang out with you. She's young. She's only a couple years old and she just wants to play, right? All right, so then we are going to put the lace underneath. I am not putting the lace on top. This will be the fun part, and see if I can get the lace to stick to the vellum with the glue. All right, so let's get us our piece cut. I am getting hungry. See, I just didn't sleep well last night, so I've been up for quite some time. Great, because that means I've got a lot done. I worked on inventory and prepping orders and, you know, continuing to rework. I had to put a new shelving unit in because we brought in, you know, new shipping bags. We needed more, and I needed to find a better way to do what I was doing. When you first get started, you take on whatever you got, right? You're just like, oh, that's great. But then you're like, okay, well, that's not really cost effective anymore. We have got to do this a different way. Find a different vendor. So I found one, did great. I'm saving myself, you know, a third of the cost, which is great. We want to be able to ship out to you guys and not have to be like, oh my gosh, I can't ship it 5 times, or I'm sorry, you placed an order. No, you can't have another order. No, just joking. But sometimes it happens. You guys place an order and then they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Or if I catch the order, of course, I'll combine it. But sometimes they're like, oh, I got it. And they're like, I put something new out. And they're like, but I want that now. And I'm like, yep, I don't blame you. Let me put another order out. I swear I just mailed it. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so there's that. And really, it does just line up to do it where I feel we see this lovely, oh gosh, I love that so much. See that? It does mean this is actually just bumps up almost right up against it. I really could just tuck it like we did with the back page, where that tucks up against our lace. And it does give us still a really nice border. I definitely feel like this needs a massive cluster. I'm like, this needs something. But, you know, the fun part is, too, at the same time, I don't know. Doesn't mean it has to, because, you know, it's a writing space if we did it right. I mean, really, it can be another writing space. I do love this paper as a writing space. All right, so let's use this because it is the vellum. Yeah, well, no, I did that. Let's try this. Let's give it a shot. And if you know, the edges do something weird, I can use the glitter glue. So yeah, I had to get a whole new shelving unit, and I'm coming up with, you know, we're constantly looking for new products for you guys and new things we want in the shop, and I'm running out of room. I was like, my product's getting sort of crammed. Need to move this shipping stuff to a whole new unit. So anyway, that was yesterday in the rain, not in the rain, but you know, I rearranged the garage some more and made more room. So I'm getting rid of stuff, and it reminds me, I gotta take pictures. Have a bunch of stuff that was donated to me for fundraising units when my kids were younger, and so like want to pass on the extras. You know, these parents donate their stuff, so it's like, okay, well, let's go give it to the next person who might need it. And so I got, you know, filled up the garage, or filled up the back of the car, recycling and Goodwill and things that, you know, for the next drop off for whoever needs it for a fundraiser option. But made room so I could shift. I had to move stuff over. I had to like shift everything over a little bit in the garage, and to still have the walkways that I needed and not be, you know, totally crammed in there. So then I'm trying to sell furniture, and there's so much going on. It's a constant revolving door. Okay, so, and the nice thing is, that worked out nicely without even realizing it, and I don't know if it's on the back side or not. A lot of spots, but yeah, it does it. You do see some rows here, which is perfect. It gives us that a feel, and not even meant to. If I'd realized it, I would have inked it a little better, but that's okay. All right, so we have our tab, and now it's sort of reinforced with a number of things. We will have to figure out exactly where we want our dot. I'm only thinking about putting it here and letting it sit wherever that goes, which it will be somewhat near. Ooh, what I didn't catch. Oh no, but it's molded. Okay, it's like, oh, our tab. We don't want our tab to get caught. We don't want to be like not being able to open our thing because we had our tab come out too far. I could trim it though if I absolutely had to. We can get this situated, and if we need to, I can always trim it and just tip it a little bit, and then, you know. It's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Now, my only thing is, it is vellum and it's getting opened a lot, and I don't know, before we put it in, see, if I'd known, I would have done that differently. If we need to reinforce this. I have black and white ink blotch type. If we go on the inside and do it here, you won't see this, and this will be a light something. I'm wondering if we need a little bit of reinforcement. I'm a little worried about that constant, you know, opening and closing of the vellum like we do with any other thing. We get a little worrisome. This is huge, and it could cut it in half, but I can also just tuck it under and just do a little something here to be on the safe side. I think we'll see it, but I don't know. Because if I do, then we sort of lose the other side of our clear, because it's going to see something dark here. And I don't have anything clear. I'm looking, I'm thinking, I'm looking. Because I just, after a while, vellum does snap. It does sort of go, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. We don't want to lose our page. That would be a bummer, because then you would have to tip it in, and we don't want to do that. So let's do this. Let's get this out of the way. It's cute, but no. Alright. Well, we're just going to tuck it under. We're going to use it. I'm glad I have it. It is black and white. It is inked. It is sort of a little, you know, what's the word? Abstract. But I am going over more than I expected. But that's okay too. I really don't want to take chances of this. I have a tendency of doing these things and forget that things are a little more delicate than they look for any kind of constant use, right? So we tucked it under. You're not going to see this much. You are going to see a little bit of that. But really, it's not that big of a deal. You would just think it's coming from the page below. I'm going to run with it because I need it to be secure. I need to feel like in case it is sideways though. It's amazing how you think you're going straight down with like a washi or something, and yet it's at an angle. You're like, how? How? What is it? What's not straight? Is it the... Like, what isn't straight here? Oh, I just don't want that much, I think. I want it, but I don't want that much. Okay, hold on. Ay, 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 right. We want it, but we don't want that much. Maybe a little bit better, trying to... I'm going to leave those flaps. I'm able to put as much as I want in there. I can cut the rest of it. I'm still off, but there we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's our original thought plan, was just to do a small amount of something and not have it be anything. And that's getting tucked in. So, okay. There we go. That's a little better. Not as much. Doesn't go into this so much. Okay. Okay. I know. Not a lot of talk. I don't know. I'm taking an envelope. We're covering it up. We want to make it a pocket. We want it to flip out. We want to make as much writing space as possible. You know, because we don't have writing space on here. So we didn't even have this corner to write on, this to write on, and, you know, I have a large journal card and a medium tag that'll fit in here. We have a nice pocket, nice solid, but it's a nice sturdy pocket to put some stuff in there. So I am happy about that. Okay, so I think I'm going to finally to put this in place. We're going to use everything we can, and then I can always go back and add more glue. Let's see, it's about right where I want it. I think where I want it. I hope where I want it. We want it as flush as we can get. We are using this that's existing, but it may not be enough, so it's probably not. So we're going to do a little bit of extra. Right, there we go. So now we can add in, some vellum. I mean, the vellum, that is vellum, but we're going to add some glue to the vellum pocket. It's cold. Right? And then the whole thing gets glued down again, so it's not like it's just here. But everything should be as good as possible, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm glad I put the tape in there now. I was like, that's not. Okay. Now, I want us to be able to write up here, but man, do I want to add more. It seems very light here. It doesn't mean I can't put a cluster here. Maybe we'll put a small sort of cluster floral here. To give it a little bit more oomph. It is light, definitely light. We're going to put more white. This is definitely a pale page on something that's such a black and white concept, right? That's okay too. So we're going to glue this down and then we'll do the lace because I want to make sure that the lace is in the right spots. Okay. And I can do the Velcro afterwards and all that. And I have enough ink. Yes, I do. Okay. We're going to do a combination of. I'm going to keep to the, what do you want to call it here? The fabric tack on the fabric tack on the vellum, and we're going to do a little bit of, and then let's do our, now the reason I'm not doing glue stick on this is because it is going to be a little bit more interactive and it's going to be, you know, played with and moved around, and so we want to make sure that it sticks to everything possible. I'm hoping you guys are liking this series. I know not black and white is not for everyone. I just thought something about the elegance of it, and you know, the black and white being something. I mean, it's simple. It's two colors. Yes, there's grays and taupes and things that are within the variance of how what's printed on, right? Even everything has a little bit of a variation because of what product it's printed on, but you know, it's still this gorgeous black and white. Sorry if my hair is all of a sudden in the picture. I'm trying to see what I'm doing and not get you guys out of camera focus. Okay, good. Now this is, okay, so there we go. Probably a little small. Not perfect. It's probably a little off, but we're going to have lace on the top and bottom, so that's going to hide some of that. So I am stoked about that. Oh, I love her. Big old hat and veil and white dress. Being May, we've got we have a lot of, if you're religious based, like Catholic side, Christian side, whatever. We have first communions and confirmations and baptism sometimes in this time of the year. We definitely get to the spring. We get to a lot of that. I was like, oh. So anyway, she reminds me of something like that. You would see. So that is really tight, and so I think I'm going to trim that. I'm like, we're going to trim that just a little bit. I do worry a little bit that it's not quite what I was looking for. I wonder if I could corner that better even. But, alright. I mean, it's to reglue it maybe, but I just feel it needs a little bit off. I do lose some of my cornering. I don't think any of my corner, I don't know if I can get my corner pockets in there with everything else going on. I know it changes, but no. Well, maybe. Maybe. I'm just trying not to get the lace. Got it a little bit. I'm like, let's not get the lace in there, but I'm sort of using it sparingly here. Now the lace gets in the way. Okay. Good thought, though. I'm like, maybe not. We have a new cat. Well, yeah, I don't have a new cat, but a new cat has adopted us. It's been roaming through the yard, and I at first didn't think much of it. It was pretty skittish. It was talkative, but skittish. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days ago, it started getting very chatty and just was in the backyard. And he wanted to come say hi, but we realized, okay, his ears clipped. So I think that he was like a catch and release. So they caught him, they fixed him. Yeah, poor guy. There's the stuff they leave behind. You're like, yeah, thanks. But his tail, he's got a bald spot that he's working on. It has some pus, so like it's healing. But when it swings, it clicks a little. It catches. So I'm not sure what happened to his tail. I know when I first saw him that wasn't the case. Someone says someone like him was dumped or dropped off, whatever, but he wasn't fixed. I was thinking, well, he's fixed now. If it's the same one, I've been asking around because he'd been coming and going, and then all of a sudden, he showed up Saturday morning at our doorstep, and he had now a collar. Not a flea collar, just a pretty blue collar with a bell on it, which thank God we can hear him better. But, I don't know, he went from, nothing to a collar, and we're like, okay, well, then who? There's no name on it. There's no, like, hey, call me if you find me type of thing, but he won't leave. He likes being in the house. He slept on the kitchen chairs all afternoon, because, of course, I had a fire going, and it was cold and wet out. He came over, and then all of a sudden he realized, let's go all the way to the edge. I know it's going to cut that in half, but I was trying to see, do I keep the scallops in place? But then it centers weird, and that bugs me. So, yeah, he wasn't dumb. He's like, hey, there's a fire in here. Why would I leave? So he stayed in the kitchen. So we really wouldn't let him in the bedrooms. He is fixed, but he is definitely a few years older, or about the same age. Maybe he's 4 or 5. He's not super young. He's got a little white in his fur. And it's really funny. He's black and white. He's a tuxedo. Cute thumb. He's got cute face. He's sort of got like a mustachy, cheeky chin area. It's all white. His tummy's, his tummy and his chest is white. And he's got white slippers in the front and socks in the back. But he has the extra thumbs. He's got like that fifth paw or whatever is actually a thumb. Actually looks like a thumb on both hands. Just the front, not the backs. So then he's got this poor kink, and it's just like, okay, bud. Super sweet otherwise, super loving. Sort of jumps in your lap. I think because of the tail, he doesn't sit for very long, because I don't think it's very comfortable for him. He'll sit, and he found one of my pillows in my chairs in the backyard that's comfortable for him. So that's where he slept all night. Even this morning, I thought maybe he'd finally go home, and he went over the fence for like 5 minutes or less and came right back. I was like, are they not home? Like, I don't know if someone's just like put a collar on them so that they know someone's sort of taking care of. Even though I have some of that like waterless flea bath type like mousse, and I wiped him down because he doesn't seem to be overly like scratching or anything, but my cats are coming up due on their next flea collars. They're not quite there yet, and my spray man didn't do the best job in the world this round. So I'm like, well, shoot, and so I want to make sure that if he is in the house, like I don't want him leaving stuff everywhere and then I'm having to do a massive flea cleaning. I'm like, no. Thank God my cats are treated, but still. So I don't know. He's just taking it on a liking to us, and he keeps meowing at me, and he won't leave, and I'm just like, oh, he's been more outside today, which is good, but I don't know. It's like, and they're males. We haven't found a female to come around. Like, we have ours, and that's it. I mean, after having, 3 female cats for the longest time, you get Roger, and now every other cat that comes to our yard is another male. It's weird. It's like, okay, why? Because, I don't want my poor Roger boy. He's 7, and he's skittish, and he's jumpy, and he doesn't trust, and I don't want him to like not want to be around because we're like letting this other cat in, and I'm like, well, no, he's just sweet and he needs a home. I can't help it. You guys were all strays. You all showed up at my doorstep one way or another. Come on. So I don't know, but the girls are in love with him. They just think he's great, and yeah, she tried to crawl on my lap for a moment. Couldn't get super comfortable though. Okay. And that actually panned out almost beautifully size-wise. So we've got lace top and bottom. We have lace here. It does seem bland, though. Oh, my gosh, is it bland? Okay, but let's get our Velcro. Now, I don't know. Because it's going to be heavier, I'm thinking we need to have the larger one. I did put these in our shop. I don't know, no, you know, they come in such huge rolls and through our vendor. We definitely felt, you know, come on, wait. Please tell me these are not like some weird universal. Uh-oh. Weird. Why don't they stick together? These are these pairs, and I'm wondering if I'm not putting these in the shop. Interesting. Hold on. Hold on. Please don't tell me these are something that has to be done like a certain way. Like, they all look the same. They all look exactly the same. There's no... They may not be in the shop. Glad no one's got them. I don't think they don't stick to each other. There's no Velcro. Oh my gosh, a complete problem in our Velcroing. I'm like, am I losing my mind? Did they... Oh, I wonder. Wouldn't that be funny? There was 2 rolls. I'm hoping they don't, like, one end or the other. Ah, oh no. Well, okay. I guess I'll be putting those on hold for a moment. I'm like, I may not be able to do this. This is very interesting. Because I was like, I receive these things and you just go for it, right? You think nothing of it. And it's the first time I've actually attempted to use them. Oh, there are 2 different sides. Oh my gosh. No. Those are all those. Those are all those. Oh my gosh, you have to find... Oh, okay, well, don't mind me. I have to go redo a bunch of things. I think I gave my mother 1/2 and I the other, and I bet you 10 to 1 we have each other's other halves. Oh, wasn't that fun? Okay, sorry, I'm just having a complete, like, oh my gosh, doesn't work that way moment. It didn't occur to me when I was cutting these that they do require a certain half goes a certain place, and I don't have the other half of these, so I guess we'll do a little one, or I'm going to use my Dollar Tree ones. Oh, I'd hate to do that too. Oh, people, what am I going to do? Lessons learned, things we don't catch. We don't even think about it when we're doing it, because it requires 2 halves, and they've all been side by side, so it didn't occur to me when I was making these things, and I do need a big one, that, yeah, I know when I put it where maybe it doesn't block too much. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, I don't know, my mom's even used hers yet, and was wondering what the heck was going on with hers. Wow, well that's going to be a fun thing. I have got to go fix that. I bet you 10 to 1. I've got all kinds of weirdos and weird things, and I hope I have not sold one of these, and if I have, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, yeah, you just heard about my floop. Oh, well, and it's funny that I have these here, but not the other ones. Sorry, guys. I mean, like, it's just baffling me right now of what I did and not realizing it. You know, lessons learned, don't know, aren't sure, wondering why everything looked sort of the same in the picture. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Does that work? No. Well, they definitely hold, but that's, you know. Alright, so there's that. We're not doing, you know, magnets. Mine are 1, too thick, and 2, lately, some places, because of the magnets, they're getting, ooh, that is still too, they are getting caught in they're causing chaos in our, mail area, and they're getting really mad at us for having it in there, and because it gets caught or gets stuck, and then they're like, well, what's going on? So that's there, that's fine. That's going to get sewn in, and that's going to be cutting it really tight, and 10 to 1 it's going to get, so I'm going to have to make it shorter. I wasn't paying attention to that idea when I was doing it. It's going to be a very small tab. And because if I don't get it right, it's, yeah, it's going to keep getting caught in the corners, and every time we go to open and close it, and because it is so close to the signature piece, you know, it's going to get sewn. So make it a very square tab, which that looks really nice actually. finally cut in just the right spot. Well, there we go. Oh, see. Well, hopefully I'll have that fixed before the video comes up so that you guys can buy Velcro. I do have them. I just have to figure it out. Oh, ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Okay, so there we go. It definitely needs, oh, this is really going to be a tight, like I said, we're going to put it in, you know, a nice single signature. It does poof up, and that's why we're going to have a nice sort of spined cover so it will sit here and help keep it closed. But man, when that cover is open, isn't this beautiful though? I think it's adorable. All right. Okay, so we have this. It has a Velcro. We have, I have them. Oh, I haven't cut them yet. Anyway, we have these guys that will fit in here easily. We have full-size journal cards that I can finally put one maybe in sideways. These are double-sided. So plenty will fit in here. We'll put 2 or 3 things in there. Not too full because we don't want to make it too bulky. But maybe it'll help balance some stuff out. And we can go from there. So I probably have been bouncing around enough. Oh, it's like 46 minutes, of course. Okay. So we will put something here. I got to find a small fussy cut and see if we can put a nice little floral piece or something of that nature. Ooh, I had the rest of that one. Or was it sort of a repeat of that? But that's not bad either. Help bring some color into here. Maybe it's not so bland. It does take away your writing space though. But I think at this point, being the front like cover of this, I don't know if writing is going to be good. I think we're going to open it and you're going to pull out what you can write a little something here, and you can pull out what's inside it to write on, right? I think that's definitely going to be what's going to make the most sense. So I have this other half, which went to, which is the other half of this, which, right, sort of cool. What else do we have? I was going to say, I don't think, a lot of ladies, I have to remember that. I'm going to have to start decorating some things. Definitely with, you know, the ladies and whatnot. And I have a label and sort of tuck underneath it. Oh, that's the right one though, but yeah, I think I like the label idea, sort of sticking out. So many things over here. Well, I'll have to take a hint at this and see. Here's a little bit more gray. Something like that. Where that way we can, you know, you can put a word, something like that to enhance the rest of that. Ooh, put a little lace or something, and I'm liking it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Adding some more cream and taupes to things. Like I said, we definitely have. This is almost off-white for our lace. It's not perfectly white. It's not that pearl white, but it has a nice shine to it. So I'm liking that it's sort of picking up on that tone. And I'm just having a ball doing everything in black and gray inking. So here we go. We're going to do something like that. So we have some oomph to it. Maybe I could do my pearls again down here. I wish I had little rhinestones. It would be great. Oh my gosh, to enhance that. I was about to put pearls on it the other day. I went, no, those are rhinestones, not pearls. Don't do that. But she has probably rhinestones on her dress, but I like putting putting the pearls on that instead. So we'll work on that. But I think I'm going to let you guys go. I don't want to be here forever, but we do need to do some decor. So maybe I'll do another short, and we'll decorate up this page, and we'll tuck some ephemera in there, and get that going. So we'll see you later in the week, Tuesday or Wednesday night. We will get, the next fun project done, whether we are working on small projects. I think we have some small pocket things to do where we can just sort of mass make our way through. We have this one pretty easy. I do have another scallop tag that will be a perfect bookmark to go inside it. We'll put a black thing there and decorate it up. I'll make sure I have stuff. That'll have to do off camera. This one's easy. We can put this here, and I think our cute little guy will fit in that pocket nicely, and actually sort of looks like it goes with it. So I think we're going to tuck her into that pocket, which is perfect. Maybe put a small tag behind her. So we'll get that on, some lace, tuck it in, make that really pretty. So yeah, we'll do that pocket. We'll work on this pocket. And I think I probably have the 3 set. Maybe this one. It does require a little bit of layering. That's that's a full project, just like we just did, and so is that one. So we have this one too back here. So we'll work on some of the smaller ones next. Get some little things out of the way before we do the next big project, which is That one's semi. This is the next one. This one is what folds out, folds up into it. So you have writing here, pulls into here, because we have all that writing underneath. But we're going to utilize it and open again and be able to stuff more things inside it and find more writing space. But that requires a full cover also. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, so much to do, not enough time. It's definitely going to be a crocodile feel when we are done with this lovely waterfall, but it's worth every moment of it. So, love you all very, very much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a beautiful week, and we'll talk all very soon. Bye-bye.